Hello, my name is Joshua Shivak, and this is the Diagnostic Week 1 assignment for PMP4. This is my tic-tac-toe game. It starts out with the main menu with some decent animation. Starts the game, player has the choice of being X or O, we'll choose O. It keeps track of player 1 and player 2's score, no matter whether you choose X or O for player 1. And it tracks the turn based on a turn count. Every time you click one of these, it ups the turn count in the main script, and it mods the turn count by 2 to see what the turn actually is, and it prints that value. So we have win conditions for player 1, which I will show you right now. Player 1 win, player 2 win, which, give me a second to show that off. Here we are, winner player 2, and we have tie conditions. So I wanted to first set up all of my user actions, which is clicking on the board squares, keeping track of the turn orders, and storing the actions into the right script. I wanted to set up whether the player could be X or O, and I tracked the score and I reset it. And I reset this using an actual script to reset it instead of actually just resetting the level, so that it kept all the data for the UI tracking the score. And the assets that I created were the X and O prefabs, which I used in the scripts as well. And I created the different board separators and how they all interacted with each other. And after that, the winning conditions, this is just a big if statement in my script, which I'll show in a second, for both 1 and 2 and tying. And I needed to make the array of 9, which I did that using a linQ namespace, which I'll explain in the script as well. The turn variables and the data setup. I didn't want to do X starts by default, but I did make it so that the X is on the left side, so it's the most often clicked. So I checked it because it makes sense, but the player has the choice from the get-go to choose X or O. Like I said, player 1 data setup, X or O selection. Basically, yeah, that was it. Additional edits that I'm doing, the game selection, which you saw there, in the UI element, and the turn timer. I'm going to do that in a future rendition. But here we have, and also let me just show you my couple of references. This is my favorite thing, ordering by linQ. Or link, or however you say it. So this is a great function here. So I can order an array of things got from the scene so that they always come in whatever order I say. So whether it's by the name of the item, which everything, if I go into my tic-tac-toe scene here, you can see that they're all named in order. So I got them in order. And this is the actual script here. So I get from the start, clickers is find objects of type CS clicker. So all of my clicker boxes have this script clicker on it, and the clicker holds the most important thing is the entry value, which actually tracks the score in the if statement, which I'll show in a second. And then so I use this order by link function, linQ function, to do CS clickers by their name into an array. So this is my ordered array. So I don't have any public arrays here. This is all. Well, this doesn't need to be public here. I did it public before because I was not using link at first. And I am then also finding all of the turn holders, which is the instantiated things. And or no, not the instantiated. This is the actual turn, the count 1 and 2, and this is X start and this is O start. So whenever the player decides to be player X or player O, and it destroys the little overlay in front of the grid. And this is the winner switch. So if it's tied, then it just does this, and it places 1 and 2 in the text. But if it's not, it actually increments the O score and the X score modded by 2, like I said before. And this is, again, the clicker. This is the big nested if statement that tracks everything. And, well, yeah. Oh, I made it public because I needed to get the array here. That's why it's public. Okay. Yes, that is why it is public. There we are. There we are. Fantastic. And yeah, that's basically it. Like I said, every time it's clicked on, it instantiates whether it's player 1 or player 2. Again, player 1 is a public game object that is returns X if it's player 1 X and O if not. Player 2 does the exact opposite, like that. And yeah, that's basically it. And this is just for the tie check. I did it so if the turn count is at 9, then it is a tie. So it's a weird way of doing the tie, but it works. Anyway, that is basically it. Thank you for watching.